What's up, Feasters? Welcome back to another great episode of the Anime Feast. I'm your host, Dominique, and with me is the wonderful and talented Packers-loving, it's football Sunday, so I had to throw that in there, Matthew. What's up, Matt?
What up, everybody? Oh, man. You know.
You know of the Spade Kingdom.
Yeah. You know of the Clover Kingdom. You know what we're about to talk about.
Oh my God.
And before we talk about it, that was amazing. And before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for notified for Anime Feast discussions and manga reviews. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We really appreciate you all, and we love the support that you all give us. We want it to continue and to grow, so yeah, definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel and continue getting these awesome videos from us. We'll make them even more awesome as we grow. But as Matt was preluding to there with all those Yunos, this is going to be the chapter review for Black Clover. Black Clover Chapter 310. Great about everything is the way that 309 ended, guys, and we going into this, you know, we're down to the last devil. We're down to Xenon and his bone and special magic user. We find out that his devil host is Beelzebub, and that the way that he was able to do this was pretty much giving his entirety to Beelzebub to make this devil contract. Instead of giving an arm or a leg or battling it out, he was like, I'll give you my all. I'll give you my soul. Just give me the devil's heart. I'll give you my everything. And Beelzebub made that deal. And so when we thought that Langris and his brother were going to defeat Xenon, because they showed his heart and they went to go attack it, and it didn't work. They couldn't destroy the devil heart. And we learned everything about that. We were like, okay, well, what's left? Because at this point, Yuno was already defeated. And now the Langris and Finro team up didn't work with their crazy spatial magic combinations. The next thing you know, Yuno is laying there complaining about like, this can't be how it ends. You know, flashing back to when the spade when they got destroyed. His Magic Knight Kingdom got destroyed by Xenon earlier when they attacked the Clover Kingdom. And then we get this whole like weird spatial white plane of a vague face going, I am part of you, but you are your own person, or something like that. And then next thing you know, we see that from the elves that the mom had. It was the elf, but then it was also like his actual parents. Like one had, what was it, moon magic, and the other had sun magic.
Yep.
So they were like combined. Their son has star magic, and all of a sudden Yuno gets an additional grimoire. So now not only does he have a 4-star Clover Kingdom grimoire, now he also has a grimoire from the Spade Kingdom, which we talked about chapters ago. We were all debating. We were like, why, if when we learned about Yuno being from the Spade Kingdom, we were like, why doesn't he have a Spade grimoire? Because Matt, you brought it up.
Yeah, I brought it up. It doesn't make any sense. Like, do they have to do the same ceremony for like the Clover grimoires and everything? It just didn't make any sense. And with him being an orphan and everything, it kind of doesn't make sense that he gets a Clover one, I guess, unless like the Clover Kingdom accepted him as a child. Mm-hmm. But it's I called it, baby.
Yeah, you did.
That's one from Matt.
You called it, and now we get our answers. Like, oh, he gets both, which again kind of pisses me off when it comes to Yuno, because I'm like, Asa's trying so hard, and you just keep getting these random, stupid, most powerful grimoires and abilities because you were born with it. I hate that. But
you're just born an elf. You're just born reincarnated as an elf. You're born to be a 4-star or 4-clover grimoire for the Clover Kingdom, and now you're the son of a royalty in the Spade Kingdom. Screw off,
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you get the wind mage, like you get everything. You get the wind spirit, like it's crazy. But it was awesome at the same time because it was kind of cool to see what he did. And when they said star magic, I was kind of like, that seems interesting. Like how does star magic work? But we were able to see him kind of essentially teleport between the stars. It seems like it's not the best offensive capability, but it's definitely one for like great defense, great move, speed. Great speed, and adding it to his wind attribute makes it dope, because this chapter was pretty much like, this was the end of it all. You have Xenon We found out how to defeat him. You have to take out his devil heart, but no one can do it. He's got spatial and bone magic. He's been tearing everybody apart. Now you have Yuno, who can also teleport with the stars and his wind magic that if he enters certain drives can pierce the heart. Totally duking it out.
I don't know. Like I still. How did Finral and Langris get saved? Did like just take him and like throw him to the side while like all the destruction's going on?
I believe that is what he did the moment that he awoke his star Grimoire, was pretty much saved them because when he awoke he attacked Xenon, because Xenon had both Langris and Finral like on one of his bones things, one of his bone tendrils, and that attack on Xenon pretty much made them drop, and then he kind of pushed them to the side because now it's more focused on like this is the last piece of the puzzle. Like if you take out. Yeah, like pretty much if you take out no one else is getting back up. So, and I think it's pretty interesting because I'm pretty sure we had always like had it pushed on us that Xenon was like probably the second strongest, but it was like Dante. Dante's the older brother. He's supposed to be the most powerful one. He had that recovery magic and everything else, but no. Xenon has like shown time and time again that he's actually the most powerful of the three siblings, and I guess for most of the deaths you learn that this one the four siblings, but I don't know. I guess we'll find out more about that middle brother or sibling in the chair. But this was pretty dope to see. I mean, star magic versus bone and spatial magic.
So I'm just kind of like rereading, but like seeing his like just his chest wide open, Xenon's chest wide open for the piercing is like, okay, this is the time. And because I think we talked it a little bit off camera, but like, because Finral and Langris, they're still a part of this fight because use their spatial to get behind Xeon, right?
I don't know if he did. I think he just teleported to another star.
That's because
remember that's what he was able to do. He was able to teleport between stars, and that's why Xenon couldn't keep up with him earlier. And that's why in this chapter, Xenon like made that demon sword, Danesleaf. I don't know how to say that, but it pretty much was a sword that was able to, as was saying, it can tear space apart and therefore destroy all of his stars that he was teleporting between. And that's why at the end of all of that, he didn't have any more stars because he's like, I can't regenerate the broken stars right away. So he didn't have any stars to be able to get and teleport between, which is why Xenon at the end thought he had him beat. He was like, you don't have anywhere else to go. I've punctured you. You can't run away. I'm going to slay you right here. And Xenon was like, that's why I win. But being enters his saint stage, just like, gosh, why did I look back on her name just now? She's a really important part. Noelle did, just like Noelle did against Vanica, and doing that, I guess was able to also produce one more star right behind Xenon. So when Xenon thought he was going in for the kill, was like, nope, teleport with my what was the sword that he also got? Yuno made a sword as well, and just that last slash.
Yeah, Saint Spirit of Zephyr. But that's, oh man, this is such an awesome packed chapter, just back and forth. I don't know, like I don't know how they keep on drawing the characters, or like the characters even faster. Like how you, because I can imagine I can't wait till it's animated, like to see the fight, like just him going back and forth. And I'm seeing their old picture in that picture, like because he has white hair. I love his design, like the half and half dark hair, half white hair, or it might be blue hair. I'm not sure what they're gonna make it quite yet, but just they're bantering back and forth.
I wonder how this is like at the end of all this, because there's like Yuno has essentially been killed twice in this battle, like pretty much, like to the point where he was pretty banged up and punctured a lot. So I wonder how he's going to recover at this point, because they're in a completely different part of the kingdom. So like, how are we going to get someone to him in time to heal everyone?
Because we can't get to Mimosa right away, because Mimosa's with Asa and on like the east wing while he's on the west wing.
Exactly. She's too busy healing everybody else up right now. She's got to heal up Rill and Charlotte and all of them. So who's gonna save Yuno and them at this point?
I guess Finral can pick Yuno up and teleport him to Mimosa.
Finral's been stabbed through. Remember, Finral and Langris also got stabbed through. Like that's why it seemed like the battle was over, because when they were tag teaming, they still lost to Xenon. He stabbed through both of them, and that's when Yuno woke up with his second grimoire. But they were like pretty much already taken out. So like,
we both know somebody's gonna pop up and be like, oh, here's your recovery magic person.
Goku teleports in with the sensu beam.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking sensu beam. I was like, I gotta make another Dragon Ball reference, but yes, that's it. Here, like, we still got one more battle to do. We still haven't stopped the ceremony. We still got to save Captain Yami and William.
Yeah. The great thing is at this point, all three of the siblings and their devils are taken out. Now we have to focus on the doctor down there operating and using William and Yami to open up the portal and the door between the devil world. So it's like, we got to get down there. Not should be able to easily get everyone down there with the shadow stuff, but I feel like now something is, I guess it's just how shonens typically go, and just being able to kind of start predicting things. I feel like the doctor is going to be even more of a hassle than the three siblings were. Like, something's just telling me like that may be what's about to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that doctor's gonna do some weird, crazy bullshit, to be honest. Like, and just because I just don't like him. And you're not meant to like him either. That's what.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember his name to save my life right now. Because I remember when that chapter first came out, I was like, who is this guy? But we met him like in early Black Clover. He's just a mad scientist working behind the scene.
Yeah, he was. I think he was part of the Clover, not the Clover, the Heart Kingdom, I think, first, and then he went over to the Spade Kingdom. But he wasn't originally part of the Spade Kingdom, but went over, learned more about what they were doing, and was like, oh, wow, I love this. He was also blind originally, but now he's not because of joining with the devil. So it's gonna be he's gonna be a tough cookie to battle, but like, we're almost there. We're almost there to saving Captain Yami, saving William too. Nobody cares about William at this point. We all care about Captain Yami.
Well, if you're a Yuno fan and you want Yuno to be the Magic King, the Magic Wizard, or Grant, why am I forgetting?
Wizard King, I think it is.
Wizard King, yeah, that Wizard King.
But I mean,
I think it's an Asta. It's gotta be Asta.
I mean, if William Vengeance dies in this battle and Yuno lives, Yuno was the vice captain. Yuno becomes captain of the Golden Dawn. So
before Asa,
I mean, hey, if
Yami will always be my captain.
If Yami also dies, then I guess both of them become captains. But I don't want either one of those.
Not for vice captain, but that's
not doesn't even want to be vice captain.
Why did you give me this? Like, oh, you counteract me. It's like, no, I don't. It's like, yeah, you do. That's why we're bickering right now.
Yeah. So I guess it's a good time to just kind of throw quick guesses out there. Now that at the end of all of this, I wonder if, since Yuno and Asa's whole thing were constantly, I'm going to be the Magic Knight, or the Magic Wizard King. I wonder if it's going to be that now that we know Yuno is from the Spade Kingdom and they're saving the Spade Kingdom, Yuno becomes he gets to become the Wizard King, but of the Spade Kingdom, and Asta is of the Clover Kingdom, and they have like this lovely now alliance, and they're both Wizard Kings, and yada yada yada.
That'd be too happy of an ending. I don't want that to happen. I want them to duke it out. I want them to have a Sasuke and Naruto fight eventually.
There can only be one.
There can only be one, but they have to see to themselves like who's actually stronger, who deserves to be our main goal, and like who is going to be the Clover King, the Clover Magic King.
Is there a fire going on over you? Yeah.
I think that'd be the only way to do it. Really, the only way to end it. But I don't still see that coming anytime soon, because I still think Yami has a lot of life lessons and gambling to do with Asta, and is just gonna be his smug self regardless. And I think I can see him taking over the Spade Kingdom, but I think his true home is the Clover Kingdom, and he wants to go back there.
Okay. I thought Yuno's only true tie to the Clover Kingdom is the village that they were raised in. He didn't really care too much about the nobles and stuff. Also, now that we know that he's not a peasant like they were trying to throw out, like I thought the Clover Kingdom would accept him more because they're like, oh, you're royalty. Oh my God, that makes sense. Blah, 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 blah. But
you're royalty. But at the same time, they still call him peasant, even though he's a four-leaf clover.
Because he came from the slums. Like but they don't know that he was actually born royal from the Spade Kingdom. So, which also he had one of the stones that well, never mind. The stones are everywhere. That's irrelevant. But yeah, he was doing pretty good. I'm excited to see kind of what the next steps are from here. Again, who's gonna heal them? Who's gonna find them next? And then where do we go from here? When it comes to the doctor, are we gonna go see Meloreona finish taking out one of those devils or demons? Like,
I think they're all gonna like converge into that middle part, and then like the grand, like that mystery guy in between all the siblings, he's gonna reveal himself because we've had Lucifer and the devil, we've had Beelzebub.
Mm-hmm.
There's another. Are we missing like Diablo for one of the people for the true devil to come out? Like the true, yeah. Like I mean, we're gonna fight the true. I guess we have to fight the true devil next, like because the seal it will eventually be open, and like everybody's gonna have to fight the very last the devil magic king or whatever you want to call him,
the most powerful of the devils.
Yeah, the supreme devil. I mean, that has to be next, doesn't it? I mean, that's why they're opening the gate to hell.
Yeah. Well, we will find out. There's no break next week, which is fantastic. We get to read it again next week. Next week's gonna be great because all of our three are gonna be released at the same time. There are no breaks next week for any of them. So I'm ready and I'm ecstatic about that. Ready to see kind of where Black Clover takes us next. That's what we're talking about right now. So we'll dive in from there. Any final thoughts on Black Clover?
Asta is gonna be the Wizard King. That's all I want to say.
I know what you just did. Jesus.
I know.
Guys, be sure to follow us on our Instagram at The Anime Feast and on Twitter at Anime Feast. We appreciate your support. Again, be sure to ring those bells. Get more notifications from videos that we are going to be releasing in the future. Give us your opinions on Black Clover. What's happening next? How much did you enjoy chapter 310? Your favorite, even your favorite characters. We just love to hear from you guys, and we want to know your thoughts on everything. But until next time,
so stay hungry, my friends.
Peace.